the agricultural productivity, if get reduced, then it will create a very serious concern for food security throughout the world. On one side, population is mounting day by day. On other side, the production of agricultural, especially plant agriculture, is expected to get reduced uh, in the areas where the it has been produced earlier. So cropping pattern, a shift in cropping pattern is going to create new kind of adaptation strategy with additional burden, economic burden on the growers. So agriculture in many countries, including India, is already suffering from many kind of stresses. Uh, and new generation of farmers are not happy to get into agricultural activities. The additional uh, severe problems which are going to crop up due to this climate change, and especially change in all these aspects, increase in temperature, change in rainfall, and this my loss of biodiversity in agroecosystems, all these aspects are going to impact very seriously on our food system. The green revolution package, which was adopted in 1960s, has introduced a lot of chemicals and high use of high consumption of water in agriculture. It has already created a larger uh, budgetary requirement, larger burden, economic burden on the growers. Climate change happenings are going to impact it further very severely, because it creates a very serious kind of uncertainty on productivity. Whatever input you are going to put in agriculture, it may not be fruitful, because due to any disaster, due to any stress, climatic stress, the agricultural productivity will get impacted very severely. So, farmers who are already in very distressed conditions are going to be further distressed due to this climate change impacts. So, now we can say that all various kind of sectors which are more vulnerable to climate change related problems are primary sectors, which are related to, we have been talking about primary sectors like agriculture, health sector, land-based industries, infrastructure, and finally the financial aspects are going to be impacted very seriously. Public health is going to be impacted. In addition to public health, plant health is also going to be impacted, because new kind of uh, pathogens will emerge, will adopt, get mutated, and our health system will be unable to handle those pathogens, because they will be mutated and they may not respond to the existing medicines. In addition to agriculture, forestry and fisheries are also going to be impacted negatively due to uh, the climate change happenings in recent future if the adaptation and mitigation strategies will not be very effective. In industry which are not related to biological system even, there will be damage to stocks, damage to buildings from the floods and storms, and substantial changes in insurance risk profile and claims and premiums will occur. So this will be a big, uh, big change in the economic sector, insurance sector, and financial sector due to climate change and related threats. Exposure to of outdoor will increase. Workers in hotter summer will be unable to work so efficiently. And there are very vicious cycles which relates to climate change adaptation and uh, climate change outcomes, happenings, negative impacts of climate change. For example, if you see the agriculture sector, there is vicious circle. Agriculture based on high water consumption in irrigation and use of chemicals as productivity enhancer, they add to reduction in water table. If more water will be used in irrigation, there will be more reduction in water table, and it has been observed very significantly in the areas where green revolution package have been adopted. Similarly, uh, the use of chemicals, especially fertilizers, they nitrogen fertilizers and methane, nitrogen oxides are known to emit from agricultural fields, and methane are known to emit from agriculture sector, especially waterlogged conditions. And these two gases are very potential gases, have very high warming potential and persistence. Especially nitrogen oxides are considered to be 350, 350 times more persistent and 250 times more warming potential than carbon dioxide. So, agriculture causes climate change and climate change impacts agriculture. Similarly, if you see in other sectors, industries are emitting gases which are pollutants and also making these greenhouse gases which are major cause of uh, this climate change. Let us try to understand the major cause of climate change. It has been identified as anthropogenic emissions of greenhouse gases through various activities like fossil fuel burning in industry and transportation, and emission of these gases from agriculture and in especially in industrial activities. So these greenhouse gases, which are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water vapors, uh, chlorofluorocarbons, etc., have variable warming potential and variable persistence in nature. Certain can go several hundred years in the same form in nature and can cause impact to very large duration. So these gases are produced and they form a ring in troposphere which is around some around 1 to 12 or uh, 18, it is considered up to 18 even kilometers from the Earth's surface. The radiations which are transmitted to Earth's surface are a part of that. Certain are absorbed, and a part of that is reflected in form of infrared, which have which are long-term wavelengths and have very high warming potential. They are absorbed by these gases, and the surface temperature get increased. So this is considered to be major uh, cause of this global climate change, and other problems related to disasters, related to changes in rainfall pattern, etc., and other stresses are basically an outcome of this warming. Further, the change in biodiversity, change in economic preferences and economic structure, change in productivity pattern, all these are then tertiary outcome and tertiary effect of the climate change, global climate change.